Hello, Serge here from the Backyard Driving Range. We have a question that came into the website, and this one comes from Paul Brown, and he says, "Hi Serge, I've been trying to apply your method for almost a year now with some success. I hit 70% plus of my shots, so much straighter than I ever have in 50 plus years of golfing. As a senior living in an adult community, my golfing really requires no more than a 7-iron for the longest holes here." So it sounds like you're at that place. You're playing a golf course that's built at a good length, and you're playing tees that really fit a senior golfer, which is great. Paul goes on to say, "What is lacking is the distance I used to be hitting, albeit not very straight, before I started swinging to keep it vertical. For example, my pitching wedge was my 85 to 90 yard club. Now on a good solid hit, I'm lucky to be in a 55 to 60 yard range. Straighter but much shorter. The ball flight is almost immaterial as the lower trajectory shots go as far as the higher trajectory shots. I think that some of my loss of distance may not be finishing my swing with my hands close to my right ear, but rather with my forearms in front of my face. That's, I think, a pretty good cause, and we'll discuss that. I realize that as we get older, we can't hit the ball as far as we were in when we were younger. And when I was younger, my pitching wedge was 125 to 135 yards. I've tried going back to my old swing with disastrous results. I don't want to go there and prefer being able to hit it straight as now I can, but I would like to know how to recoup some of my lost yardage in the past years. I need your help. Thanks." Okay, I think you might have really hit your issue right on the head, or I should say almost right in your face. It's in your face. If I'm understanding what you said correctly, Paul, you're saying that your hands are finishing in front of your face, which implies that your club, you're finishing short. You're shortchanging your finish. We know that we want to hit the ball in a tee finish and get your hands to your forward ear. All right, your trailing hand, in this case, as you said, it's your left ear, your right-hander. We want to get that to finish at the ear, which gets us into the tee position, shoulders horizontal, spines vertical, recoil and relax with the club pointing at the target. Now, if you're finishing in front of your ear, that means you're pulling up too short, way too soon. Now, if I was to stand here and hit me a knockdown shot, which is one where I want to keep the ball low to the ground, I finish shorter because the more I come up, the more that the club is coming up, is set to come up in the finish, up high in the finish. That's going to give me a lot higher shot. So if I want to hit a knockdown and I don't want it to go high, I'm not going to finish high. So I'd get in here and I'd just get in my position and I'd play it and I'd hit and I'd cut it off, and the ball goes lower. Now you're not cutting off that much, but I got a feeling you're at least cutting it off over here. Now if you're going to stop right here, that means without a doubt you started slowing down back here. Now most times when I see a golfer, especially men, and I say that's continually finishing short, and I say to them, "Why do you finish short like that?" I can't tell you how many times I heard him say, "Well, I'm trying to protect my back. I got a bad back, and I'm trying to protect it from hurting it by going too far in the finish." And I say it's just exactly the opposite, because if you're going to try to hit the ball at impact and be hitting it pretty much your full shot with the full amount of club head speed that you can develop, and you're going to put the brakes on right here to stop that fast, I guarantee you've already started tightening up your arms and your hands a little bit more than normal, and before impact, and by the time you get here, what's going to also happen? Your legs, your hips, your lower back, your upper back muscles are all going to start tightening up to put the brakes on right here. So in fact, it's the same thing like saying, "Well, I need to go up this hill and I want to maintain the same speed," but you have one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. You're putting the brake on. So the key is to make sure, I think, that you have to go all the way to your tee finish, right up here, and finish with your hands at your ear. And make sure you get your complete finish so that you swing up to the tee finish. And remember, the tee finish is shoulders horizontal to the ground, spine vertical, and you have finished at your forward ear. Your backhand, your trailing hand, your right hand gets to your forward ear, which in this case, being the right hand, would be the left ear, the forward ear. Not too far, not short, not short in front. And so I think that's going to be the biggest issue here. Now, I will tell you another thing, and this is from a personal experience. When I was a junior golfer, say about 14, 15, I played at a golf course that was extremely long. But But I used to go and play a lot. My mom and dad belonged to another club, and it was a really short club. I mean, very short holes. It was 9 holes. They had about 2 extra holes, so they had 11 holes, and sometimes you played, and 2 times on the backside you played different greens, but per se, it was different tees playing on the backside. But it was very, very, very short. And for a reason, I started playing there a lot because it was a lot out of bounds, and I was working on really honing in my vision to hit the ball more straight and really keep it in play. And I started playing there a lot, and then I noticed that when I went back to play with all my friends and the older guys at our other club, at the club where I was a member, and which was really long, I'm up there and I'm hitting nice solid hits, and all of a sudden I'm 20, 30 yards shorter. And I finally realized that the problem with the other course is I could stand there and diddly bop them down the fairway, do bop them, you know, just bink them out there, and be hitting real short clubs to the greens because it was so short. And that's even playing the back tees there. And so what happens is sometimes if we're playing a course that's very short, we can still just dink it out there and have short clubs to the green, and we feel like, wow, man, I'm really eating this place up. But then when you finally step back, if you do like I did at that point, I had to go play in the real world later on, which is playing junior tournaments and stuff where we're playing longer courses, and the next thing you know, I'm hitting good shots and I feel like I'm swinging hard, but I'm just hitting dinks out there. And so I started really curtailing playing over there and staying at my home course, which was longer, and playing with the bigger hitters to make me get up there and make sure that I was truly swinging and accelerating through impact. And in your case right now, I think if you're pulling the trigger right here and stopping there, you're not accelerating fast enough because you have to be slowing down to stop there. And the key is finishing in your arms in front of your face, because once we swing up to the tee finish, the arms come around us, and I'm looking over my forearm, but it is not in my face. It is to the under and the side of my face. So make sure you're really getting up to that tee finish, and I think you'll find you'll get a considerable amount of distance back, because that'll allow swinging to this point right there will allow acceleration all the way to there, not starting to decel somewhere back here before or right about at and just after impact. You'll be into deceleration to stop with your arms in front of your face. So give that a shot, and I think you're going to find that'll give you the distance, give you a good amount of your distance, if not all, and maybe even more back once you start getting up to that good tee finish. All right, well, that's it for the Surge for today, and I'll be talking to you all again soon.